people are confused because when Felix was tweeting out about this, I sent him a tweet showing support towards him. And a lot of people thought that that was me being a sympathizer to Nazis, to being a sympathizer to anti-Semitism, which I think is a bit ridiculous, a bit unfair, and it's a bit too much of a concrete statement to make based around just one tweet that I made.
I think it's a bit unfair, a bit ridiculous to make such a concrete statement based upon a joke someone made in a YouTube video. See what I did there, Jack? Oh, but the world's not black and white, you know, just because I made a tweet about us being Nazis, to make such a concrete statement about me being a Nazi sympathizer, Nazi supporter, that's just too far to even, you know, say such a thing. That claim is just ridiculous, and I agree. It is ridiculous to make such a big statement, concrete claim that someone's a Nazi supporter because they joked about being friends with a Nazi or being a Nazi. But then later in the video, you kind of criticize and you belittle Felix for doing the exact same thing you did by your goddamn tweet. It is unfair. It is a bit ridiculous for people, the Wall Street Journal, to make such a concrete statement that PewDiePie is anti-Semitic based upon a joke. In the same way, you just said the exact same thing about your reply to Felix on Twitter. Why can't you hold yourself to the same standard?
I think what Felix did was very stupid. I think it was a very moronic thing to do. I don't think, whether it was in context or not, that's a lot of contention that people have with the joke that he made, and that's what it always comes back to. It's like, well, in context, it's just a joke. And that flies to a certain degree. But when you're dealing with that type of joke, I think it gets a lot more serious. I don't think you can just brush it off as just a joke or that the context matters.
When you're dealing with that type of joke, it becomes a lot more serious. Oh, Jack, tell me how much more serious does it get from making a Nazi joke to a Jew joke to a rape joke? No. And context, despite you just completely diminishing the context matters, doesn't mean apparently anything to you, which I find a bit hypocritical yet again, because earlier in the video you just said crazy, ridiculous to make such a concrete statement based upon a tweet that you made about you being a Nazi with PewDiePie. Jack, like, I really can't believe that you don't think that context actually matters in this types of situation. Yes, it does. And in the context of your friendship with PewDiePie, it does matter in the reply to your tweet. Because people are trying to take you out of context based upon a thing that you said.
I get what Felix was going for in his video, that he was trying to show how ridiculous the Fiverr website could be and how much you could push things with $5. I get that. I don't think that this was the way to do it. I think this was handled very poorly. I don't think that that was the type of joke that should have been made to show that, or at the very least, he should have made it abundantly clear exactly what the intention was. Exactly how sorry he was after that joke was made in that video, because it's not very clear. It's kind of up in the air.
Deliver. The fuck is this? I paid for this. What? What's with the Christmas? I like the editing.
Subscribe to Keemstar.
I am sorry. I didn't think they would actually do it. I feel partially responsible, but just I didn't think they would actually do it. I mean, I gotta give them 5 stars for an outstanding experience, because at least they did what I asked. Well, that has been Fiverr. What an experience. Wow. I didn't expect that. Let me know if I should do more of these. Leave a like, I guess. I don't feel good. I don't feel too proud of this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not anti-Semitic or whatever it's called. Okay, so don't get the wrong idea. It was a funny meme, and I didn't think it would work. Okay, you can't hold me. The Verge, please, stop. Stop, no. I swear, I love Jews. I love them. Check out this video. I think it's similar to this one, I guess. If you watch another video, you support me and what I do, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I am so sorry. I am just sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Oh wow, you're a dumb Irish cunt. You don't even watch your friend's video that you're now making a video on your channel trying to talk about, saying that he didn't apologize, didn't clarify, yet in the original video that's exactly what he does. God, I feel like you're one of those YouTube commentators who write comments on my videos who don't even watch the full video and then try to point out a conclusion in my video which they didn't even fucking watch to begin with. You, Jack, deserve the Stupidity Award.
The point wasn't made clear at the end. And then people are talking about that it's satire and that it's a joke. But again, the jokes are supposed to like come around to a point. And I don't think that point was made. I think it was very much throw out a shock joke and then see what happens.
Jack, are you really telling me that every joke that you make has to come around to some grandeur, point about something? No. A joke doesn't always have to have some gigantic point behind it. Sometimes people tell jokes to lighten the mood. Sometimes people tell jokes of horrible, dark situations so people can laugh at that thing, and it's used as a coping mechanism and for people to be able to cope with those said things. That's why there's a thing called dark humor, and there's nothing wrong with dark humor. I get it, not everybody's going to like dark humor. That's fine. You don't have to like dark humor. You don't have to like those types of jokes, but for somebody to come out and say, you shouldn't say these types of jokes because one, I don't like it, trying to push people to abide by your own standard of what you think is right and what is wrong based upon it being a joke is ridiculous.
As for the Wall Street Journal who broke this story, I don't think they're wrong to actually break the story. They're doing what they do. They're reporting on stuff that's going on in the world. I think they handled it poorly. I think a lot of the ways they went around stuff was a bit bad. Some of the videos they showed, not all the videos, some of the videos they showed were a bit out of context. They were a bit put in there to kind of like fit the mold.
Yeah, they were. And remember what you said? Context really doesn't matter when you're trying to make a joke like that. It doesn't really matter about context now, does it?
It's very, very messy. And again, I think that could have been handled a lot better. That's what this situation comes down to. Everything could have been handled a lot better.
Wow, Jack, what wise words of wisdom. Everything could have just been handled better. I don't know what I would do with advice like that things could be handled better by the media. But here's the thing you gotta understand. It won't. Very, 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 very few media outlets really care about the truth. I have always been a seeker of truth, no matter what it is, even if that truth ends up hurting other people. If people suffer from the truth, oh well, the truth is out. The truth to the media, it doesn't matter. It rarely matters to any big news website, media on the internet that we see. Just doesn't really matter. It's all about fucking being first. It's all about being the clicks and the views. We know this. You know this. The Wall Street Journal is a piece of trash. And you should condemn the entire website simply for the way they slandered your friend, but instead, you think that they've made some good points. I'd like to see exactly what good points the Wall Street Journal made about PewDiePie's anti-Semitic Nazi Jew joke. There is none. It's a giant smear campaign to make someone look bad because they made an off-color joke. And you know what doesn't even make any more sense to me? Is the fact that one, you're still with Maker Studio, and number two, iDubbbz is still part of Maker Studio, part of Disney, and he fucking says nigger faggot in his videos. Yeah, it's a joke. If you've watched the H3 podcast, you'd know how that joke even originated. But nonetheless, they get rid of PewDiePie for posting something that said death to all Jews, and yet, iDubbbz can say nigger faggot, and well, that's perfectly okay too. Do you not see the hypocrisy between the branding here and the network of Disney? Maker Studio is unleashing a lot of content creators, and you're up on the top 5 of their network. So no wonder you want to make a video kind of, defending the Wall Street Journal or other things in general that condemn the use of dark off-colored jokes. You want to save your little ass of all your little subscribers, right? You don't want to be dropped by your network now, do you, Jackie? Because I believe, and I'm a strong believer, that jokes give life. They make life bright. They bring smiles on people's faces, no matter how dark, no matter how off-colored, to help people cope with traumatic, terrible things in their lives. And it has definitely helped me. Every once in a while makes a funny rape joke.
Felix's video, I think maybe he shouldn't have edited that joke in. I don't condone the joke he made. I think he's sorry for what he did. I believe him. And he's going to work off that and try and become a better person, which I have respect for.
Jack, that's awesome. Anyone trying to be a better person is awesome. But just realize that just because someone says an colored, dark humor joke that you may not like doesn't make them a bad person. I'm sure that you know that. I'm sure that you acknowledge that. But just because someone uses a joke that you may not like doesn't make them any less of a person because you don't like it. And you should never try to force or adhere people to abide by what you find appropriate and what you don't. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Daniel Solzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. All my links are linked down below, including my Discord. Have a great rest of your Saturday.
Yeah, boy!